The nights are getting longer, the days are getting colder, and every teenager has a certain sense of dread around this time of year. Is something happening? Is it the end of the world? Are we all gonna die? Well, to answer your questions, yes, no, and only maybe. It's fall, everyone, and that means it's back to school time. Dun, dun, dun. I know that some of you have already gone back to school, and for those of you, I am so sorry. And there are other people like myself who start either this week or next week or so on or so forth. And as your typical teenager, I can't stand school. Now don't get me wrong, there are some actual really good parts about school. It's almost a structured place where I can go and find people my own age and practice my social interactions on them. And I have to admit that sometimes the cafeteria food isn't that bad. But other than that, school, it just kind of sucks. And so, this week, I'm going to be telling you guys the top 5 things that I can't stand about school. Number one thing I cannot stand about school is that you have to get up at some ungodly hour to go. My school starts at 8 o'clock each morning. And most of my friends, they wake up at, say, 7:30, 7:15, that area. Me? I have to wake up at 6 o'clock every single morning because I live on the other side of my town, and if I am not out of the house by 7:20, then I get caught in traffic and then I'm late to school and it's just a mess. And then, on special occasions, I am forced to wake up at 5 a.m. because I have stuff to do, like homework that I did not finish. Which ties into number 2. The second thing that I cannot stand about school is the ungodly amount of homework that we get every single night. Now, I'm going into my senior year of high school, and usually that is a year where you don't really take all that many academic classes and you just kind of ride it out until graduation. I am not one of those seniors. Not only am I taking 7 classes this year, some of those classes happen to be some of the most academically challenging classes that they offer at my school. It freaking sucks. Number 3. The third thing that I cannot stand about school is some of the teachers. Now I know that we've all had that one teacher that is really, really cool and is just a really good person in general, but they do not teach the class anything. I know for a fact that my sister, who's going into her sophomore year of high school, has one of those teachers, and it's just, I pity her. I went through the same teacher in my sophomore year, and I absolutely loved him. But he taught one of the subjects that I absolutely love, and I came out of that class with a D. And then you have those teachers that are just so creepy. Last year, I took journalism as one of my electives, and the class itself was okay. I mean, I got to write every single day, which was awesome. And the students with me were actually really nice, but the teacher was one of the creepiest men I have ever had the displeasure of meeting. And so I spent my entire junior year struggling to maintain my mental stability in the 50 minutes of that class each day. And number 4, the fourth thing that I cannot stand about school are those students that are just a pain to be around. I feel like in high school, everybody is trying to figure out who they are and all of that Breakfast Club type crap. Unfortunately, some people believe that this gives them a full right to be a complete and utter jerk. I remember back in freshman year, there was this one kid who had gone through puberty a little bit faster than everybody else. He was a good 1 or 2 heads taller than everyone else. As a freshman, eventually everyone caught up to him. I'll call him Bobby for reasons of the story. So us girls were walking back from the PE classroom on our first day. This kid, Bobby, he went into the boys' locker room and then he hid behind the door so us girls couldn't see him coming. And freshman me, I'm just bumbling along, I'm skipping behind, and I happen to be behind the group. He sees me coming, he waits behind the door. When I walk in, he sticks out his foot and trips me. Now, usually when I get tripped, I'll stumble, but I'll regain my footing and it's all good. That was the first and to date only time where when I tripped, I fell flat on my face. And it happened on the very first day of high school. So after that point, everyone knew me as the kid who took a face plant next to the boys' locker room. And number 5, the last thing that I cannot stand about school are the girls. But anyway, those are the 5 things that I can't stand about high school. What do you guys think? Comment below and tell me what is your least favorite thing about high school or middle school or school in general. What do you guys not like about school? And so that's all I have for this week, guys. As always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And yeah, I will see you next Sunday.